Hi, second grade. Today we will be working on a close reading strategy that is using images to help us clarify meaning in a text. So that means we will be using the pictures the author shares with us in order to help us learn the information that they are presenting to us. And we are using our story primary sources, and that is on page 14 of our booklet. We're going to specifically look at paragraph 6. So if you want to go ahead and turn in your booklet to page 17, we're going to look at page 17, and we are going to read about the paintings and the photographs. So let's go ahead and read that paragraph first. Then we're going to look down here at the bottom and see how the images help us. Read along with me. Photography did not exist until the 1800s. Before then, people painted and drew pictures of other people. They painted important events. These paintings are primary sources of information. They show how people lived long ago. They tell us about history too. So if you look down here at the bottom, we have 2 paintings. And the author says, the paintings show how people lived long ago. How does this help us, these 2 pictures, explain that information to us from our story? So we're going to read the captions down here. It says, this painting shows people from colonial times, hundreds of years ago. This painting shows the American Revolutionary War. This event happened more than 200 years ago. So we are going to use the worksheet that we have below, this graphic organizer, to help us with our thoughts. We're going to talk about the author's statement, and then we are going to add some details about what the images show to help us understand that. So we're going to take the sentence that the author said about the paintings show how people lived long ago. And that's a sentence I took right from paragraph 6. These paintings are primary sources of information. They show how people lived long ago. What do the images show that help us? Well, we know they said back then we didn't have cameras in order to take pictures or photographs of these things. So artists drew pictures of them. So they were what they used in their nonfiction text was paintings, because that's the source that they had. So these images show people in colonial times and we can take notice how they're different than how we are now. Look at their dress is different. I see horses. Their uniforms look different than our military of today, don't you think? If you think about the Army and the Navy and what their uniforms are like, they look very different. I'm also noticing how they're keeping warm by a fire. They're kind of like camping outside. So they're showing us what those times look like, and we can look at those pictures and learn more and see how it's very different from our lives today. So these images show people in colonial times. They show how people dress differently. I see that there were no cars. We noticed people on horseback. We noticed that the military uniforms were different. We noticed the houses and how they look a little different. Doesn't look like big cities. These houses are made out of, looks like log cabin kind of houses. So go ahead and you add your own thoughts in this box about how these pictures help you learn more about what the author said, which is how they show how people lived long ago. So how do those images help you to learn that? And what are some things they add that the author doesn't say? We get to learn a little more by looking at those pictures. So I filled out the first 3 boxes. I'll let you think of some things that they helped you learn, and then when you are finished, you may submit this to your teacher. Great work!